Hi everyone, welcome to the stunning city of Lisbon where history meets modern charm. Situated along the scenic Tagus River, Lisbon is a place of stunning contrasts, from its ancient cobblestone streets to its modern architectural marvels. Known as the City of Seven Hills, Lisbon offers breathtaking viewpoints called miradouros with a view to the skyline adorned with intricate beauty of its traditional tiles. As we explore Lisbon together, we'll dive into its captivating past, from the age of great explorers to its resilience after the devastating earthquake in 1755. We'll taste the world-famous Pastel de Belem, learn stories that make the place what it is today, to experiencing the city's vibrant nightlife in Bairro Alto. So let's start this journey through one of Europe's most enchanting cities. Welcome to Lisbon. During our first day in the city, we planned to take a walking tour, one of our favorite activities to do in the initial days when visiting a new place. It's a healthy way in getting to know the interesting stories from the place, an opportunity to connect with locals, and an immersive experience that is authentic, flexible, and affordable. It also gives you a good idea on places that may interest you and where you want to invest time in the remaining days of your trip. We had about an hour before the start of our walking tour, and we decided to explore the area around Arco da Rua Augusta. The area surrounding the arch is bustling with shops, cafes and restaurants, making it a central point for tourists and locals alike. Rua Augusta itself is a lively pedestrian street filled with street performers, boutiques and traditional Portuguese eateries. The Rua Augusta Church was built to commemorate the city's reconstruction after the earthquake of 1755. It symbolizes Lisbon's resilience and renewal. And very soon, it was time for our walking tour to start.
The first thing I'm going to teach you before you start the tour, it's bora. What does it mean? Bora. Let's go. Let's go. B-O-R-A. Bora. Huh? Bora. Bora. Let's go.
Lisbon is the second oldest capital of Europe after Athens in Greece. Yes, Lisbon is older than Rome. The city of Lisbon that you see here is a newer version built after the disastrous 1755 earthquake that rocked the city. More about that later. There have been 5 civilizations that tried to take over the land of what is now Portugal. Of these, 2 hold significant importance, and you'll see their influence part of Portuguese culture till date. There's Roman influence on the religion, with over 80% of Portugal following Christianity, and an influence on language. Portuguese language evolved from Latin, which is the language of Romans. Second civilization whose influence you can still feel in the city is that of Moors, who invaded from the north of Africa. The beautiful azulejos in geometric patterns covering facades of building is one, and the Portuguese language is 96% Latin and 4% Arabic. You will hear a lot of words with the syllable al, especially the name of neighborhoods in the city. For example, the old town of Lisbon is Alfama. Ginginha is a Portuguese liquor made from sour cherries. You can find a number of ginginha bars or elder women selling them outside their house in the old town of Lisbon. The train stations in Portugal are a work of beauty. This one here is the Roca station in Lisbon, showcasing its stunning neo-Manuelian architecture with intricate stone carvings with its iconic 2 horseshoe-shaped entrances. Here's a little secret. Walking into the station and taking the escalator up leads you to one of the popular viewpoints with great views of Lisbon's historic neighbourhoods, Tagus River and St George Castle. St George Castle is named after the patron saint of England, St George, defining the 700-year-long relationship between Portugal and England, the longest between any two countries. However, this castle looks a lot newer as it was built about 80 plus years ago after the original castle from Moorish time was destroyed during the earthquake. The earthquake in 1755 was followed by a tsunami and heavy winds. Earthquake occurred on All Saints' Day, a religious holiday which meant there were huge gathering of people in the church with candles lit, which led to fires all over, damaging many structures in Lisbon, including the Carmo convent church. Today, the roofless Gothic ruins of the church stand as a poignant reminder of the disaster, and the site now houses the Cabo Archaeological Museum, preserving its historical significance. Good things started to unfold in Lisbon following the earthquake. It was time to gather new ideas to build the city. One of the key ideas were to use pastel colors in buildings, no dark colors from old Lisbon. That way, Lisbon was turning to become the city of light. The Santa Gesta lift connects the lower streets of Baixa district with the higher Camo Square. It was constructed to help residents and visitors easily navigate Lisbon's steep hills. This beautiful lift was originally powered by steam during its inauguration in 1902 and later converted to electrical operation in 1907. There's likely going to be a long queue and a fee if you want to ride this elevator. Alternatively, you can take the free walking route from Carmo Square the way we did to get a partial view of what you will see from the viewpoint of the lift. Our next stop was at the oldest operating bookshop, Bertrand Bookstore. I love their collection of books on Portuguese art, culture and travel within the country. If you buy a book from the store, you also have the chance to get it stamped saying purchased from the oldest operating bookstore in the world. After hearing all the historical stories and went back to the Commerce Square, it is clearly evident that the city is reconstructed as a city of light with bright and pale color scheme to reflect light and depict hope. Glory is depicted at the center of the statue group, crowning genius and valor. Genius symbolizes wisdom and knowledge, and valor representing courage and bravery of the Portuguese people. Both are values considered in very high regard by the Portuguese. Right opposite the Commerce Square, you have access to the Tagus River, and the area around here is always very lively, especially in the evenings. Along the Tagus River are a number of prominent monuments of Lisbon. The first one we see is the 25th of April Bridge, which is often compared to San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge due to its similar color and design. It spans the Tagus River, connecting Lisbon to Almada on the left bank. The bridge was originally named Salazar Bridge when it was inaugurated in 1966. Following the Carnation Revolution on 25th April 1974 that established democracy in Portugal, the bridge was renamed the 25th April Bridge. The Christ statue, Cristo Rey, is a prominent and iconic monument located in Almada, overlooking the city of Lisbon from across the Tagus River. The statue is a significant religious symbol for Portuguese Catholics, representing gratitude, faith, and enduring hope for peace and protection for Portugal being spared from the horrors of World War II. As we move along Tagus River towards Belem, we see the Monument of Discoveries. It is designed to resemble the prow of a caravel, the type of ship used by the Portuguese explorers during their voyages of discovery. In front of the monument, there's a large compass rose and a world map donated by the Republic of South Africa. The map depicts the routes of Portuguese explorers and is made of different colored stones. The monument features 33 statues of important figures from the Age of Discoveries, including explorers, monarchs, cartographers, artists, scientists, and missionaries. Notable figures include Vasco da Gama, who discovered the sea route to India, Ferdinand Magellan, who led the first expedition to circumnavigate the globe, among others. The interior of the monument houses a small exhibition space which includes exhibits related to Age of Discoveries and Portuguese maritime history. There also is an elevator that takes visitors to the top of the monument, where you can enjoy panoramic views of Lisbon, the Tagus River, and the surrounding area. Further down along the river is Belem Tower. The tower was built to serve as a fortress and a ceremonial gateway to Lisbon. It was part of a defense system designed to protect the entrance to the Tagus River and the city from potential invaders. Visitors can explore its various levels, including the dungeons, the governor's chamber, and the rooftop terrace, which offers stunning views of the Tagus River and the surrounding areas. A few meters across the road on the other side of Belem Tower is the Jeronimos Monastery. It was commissioned by King Manuel I to commemorate Vasco da Gama's successful voyage to India and was funded by the wealth generated from the spice trade. The monastery includes a museum for archaeology and a maritime museum, both offering further insights into Portugal's rich history. And when in Belem, do not miss the delicious Pastel de Belem. Pastéis de nata, the famous Portuguese custard tarts, have their origins closely tied to Pastéis de Belem. It all started with monks at the nearby Jeronimos Monastery who created these pastries to use up surplus egg yolks after using the egg whites for starching clothes. When the monastery faced closure during 1834, the monks sold the recipe to a local sugar refinery, which in turn opened the bakery in 1837. Today, Pastéis de Belem continues to bake these pastries using the original closely guarded recipe, making this spot a must-visit to taste the authentic flavor of history. Talking about food, one of the must-visit places when in Lisbon is the Time Out Market. Time Out Market is not just a place to eat, it's an experience that captures the essence of Lisbon's vibrant culinary and cultural scene. Whether you're a foodie looking to sample the best of Portuguese cuisine, a traveler seeking a lively atmosphere, or a local enjoying a night out, the market offers a unique and memorable experience. Lisbon's nightlife offers something for everyone. From the bohemian streets of Bairro Alto to the open-air DJs in the park, the city has a vibrant nightlife scene. We also took a walking tour of Alfama, and the stories from the neighborhood make you relate a lot more with the place, and I highly recommend. It is the oldest district in Lisbon, and unlike much of Lisbon, Alfama largely survived the 1755 earthquake, retaining its medieval charm and structure. Alfama is renowned for its fado houses, where you can experience the soulful and melancholic traditional Portuguese music. The neighborhood also boasts several breathtaking viewpoints, or miradouros as they're called in Portuguese. When exploring the city becomes a bit too much, it's a nice idea to have a sundowner with great views, which turned out to become one of our favorite evening activity.
It's a deep hole where I bleed. Oh, can I see you lit? You're like an ocean without land, not a single grain of sand. I'm drifting on it. So